Hi, good evening, everyone. So, better today we are going to go ahead and start with chapter 4 of Varian, and this is called as utility. Okay. Let's try to understand a bit of the background of utility. थोड़ा सा ये समझने की कोशिश करते हैं कि utility है क्या और utility का concept आया कहाँ से, right? So, when we go ahead and when we talk about utility, try to understand that this concept has been used well before it was introduced in economics. मतलब इसको हम बहुत ज्यादा philosophers or English authors, they were also using this word of utility. And at that time, they were using utility as in order to go ahead and in order to explain the overall well-being of the individual, कि एक individual कितना खुश है, how happy the individual is. They were using the word utility to go ahead and explain this overall well-being, right? Then they went ahead and they started giving a number for utility. And they said that if utility is more, happiness is more. And if utility is less, happiness is less. तो एक नंबर देना उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया और उन्होंने ये बोलना शुरू किया कि अगर वो नंबर ज्यादा है तो यूटिलिटी ज्यादा है, हैप्पीनेस ज्यादा है, और अगर वो नंबर कम है तो यूटिलिटी भी कम है और हैप्पीनेस भी कम है. So utility started being used as a measure of the happiness of the people, right? So please write it with me. Write down that in earlier period, philosophers and economists used the word utility to explain just give me a minute. Let me change the pen. To explain overall well-being of the individuals. And तो लोगों का वेलबींग डिटरमाइन करने के लिए यूटिलिटी वर्ड को यूज किया जाता था, राइट? देन यूटिलिटी वाज यूज्ड as a numeric value to calculate happiness, right? फिर हमने क्या बोलना शुरू किया कि in order to give a number to happiness we will use utility, right? So for example, if individual A, beta his utility is 10 utils. Utils मतलब किसमें हम utility को measure कर रहे हैं? Like we measure weight in kgs, right? We measure length in centimeter, right? Meter. We measure distance in kilometer, meter. ऐसे ही we measure utility in utils. Utils is the measure used to measure utility. ठीक है? तो अब हमने बोला कि individual A का utility is 10 utils और individual B का utility is 4 utils. So we will say individual A is more happy than individual B. A is more happy than B. तो किसी भी इंडिविजुअल का एम क्या है? Any individual aim will be to maximize their utility. किसी भी इंडिविजुअल का क्या काम रहेगा कि उनको जितना भी यूटिलिटी मिल रहा है, whatever utility they are getting, they would want to go ahead and maximize that. So please write down that the aim of any individual would be to maximize their utility. Right. Now, there was one issue with this, right? So the issue is that how do we quantify this amount of utility with different choices, right? मतलब अगर मुझे यूटिलिटीज को कंपेयर करना पड़े तो मैं उसको क्वांटिफाई कैसे करूंगी, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से दैट आई थिंक that one util is giving me 10 minutes of laughter. कि अगर मैं 10 मिनट हंसी तो मेरे को एक यूटिल का सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगा. दिस इज व्हाट इंडिविजुअल ए थिंग्स. ठीक है. बट इंडिविजुअल बी उसने एकदम अलग तरीके से सोचा. तो इंडिविजुअल बी थिंग्स दैट वन यूटिल gives him 5 minutes of laughter. है ना. अब दोनों ये जो इंडिविजुअल्स थे, इंडिविजुअल ए और इंडिविजुअल बी, दे गो टू वॉच वन कॉमेडी शो, है ना. तो यहाँ पे हमारा ये कॉमेडी शो चल रहा है एंड दीज टू इंडिविजुअल्स दे आर गोइंग टू वॉच दिस कॉमेडी शो, इंडिविजुअल ए और इंडिविजुअल बी. The show was of 1 hour. They kept laughing. बहुत हंसे, बहुत अच्छा शो था. It was a good show. And after coming back, individual A tells that, you know what? I got 5 utils from this show. कुछ भी satisfaction मिल सकता है. So I got 5 utils from this show. और individual B बोलता है, you know what? I got 10 utils from this show. We laughed. I got 5 utils from this show. I got 10 utils from this show. What will you say? You will say that individual B. बस अगर मैं आपको और कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं दूं, I don't give you this information because this is their psychological information. This is in their mind. ये इनके दिमाग के अंदर है. ठीक है. How they are measuring utilities in their mind, right? But as a layman, अगर मैं बाहर से देखूंगी, what will I say? That individual B must have got more satisfaction than A. But is this true? Answer is no. Because 10 utils is 50 minutes of laughing. And इसके according 5 utils is also 50 minutes of laughing. क्योंकि ये एक util तब देता है जब ये 10 मिनट हंसता है. When he laughs for 10 minutes, he gives 1 util. So 5 util is 50 minutes of laughing. And here 10 utils is also 50 minutes of laughing. So both have laughed same. Both are equally happy. But अगर मैं सिर्फ numbers देखूं तो it seems that B is more happy. है कि नहीं है? So concept of utility is very psychological. दिमाग के अंदर लोगों के जो चल रहा है उस पे चल रहा है. Right? So we can say that concept of utility, this is also called as classical utility, beta. Classical economist concept is very psychological. ठीक है. And it is dependent on how consumers measure utility. ये इस पे डिपेंड करता है कि मेरे दिमाग में मैं यूटिलिटी को कैसे ले रही हूँ और आपके दिमाग में आप यूटिलिटी को कैसे ले रहे हो. Right? So this is dependent on individual to individual. This is not independent concept. है ना? So because of this way of utility was not used. ठीक है. Therefore, economists changed the way they thought about utility. है ना? We will इसको डिटेल में भी करेंगे. I'm just starting with the topic. So economists, they changed the way they thought about utility, and they said that utility, it is only a way to describe preferences. It's only a way to describe preferences. Mane, if individual A says that he gets more utility from A than B, mane he prefers to buy A over B. अगर मैं बोलूं that there are two fruits, kiwi and apple, and I am getting more utility from kiwi as compared to apple, it means that I will purchase kiwi. How much utility I don't want to know. समझ रहे हो? So I don't want to know the numbers. Number is something which is something which we cannot tell. It is dependent from human to human. Number calculation में कोई formula नहीं है. There is no formula. So no one can tell us कि one util कितने के बराबर है. This is dependent on human to human. है ना? So there is no way I can calculate utility in utils, and therefore what I want to do is ultimately I want to rank the bundles. So beta, when we give utility in terms of numbers, this is called as cardinal utility concept. जब हम ये बताते हैं कि किस बंडल से कितना यूटिलिटी मिल रहा है, उसको कार्डिनल यूटिलिटी बोलते हैं. That is called as cardinal utility concept. And when we are only concerned with ranking of the bundles, that is called as ordinal utility concept. Right? So please write down cardinal utility is when you give utility in terms of numbers. Ordinal utility is when you just rank the bundles. You're only concerned with ranking. ठीक है? हमें बस ये जानना है कि कौन सा बंडल किसके ऊपर आएगा. It does not matter what the number is. Right? I am only concerned with the preferences of the individual. For example, if I tell you that bundle A, it has one car, two TVs, and bundle B, it has two car, zero TV. And I am telling you that individual prefers bundle A over bundle B. It does not matter what the number is. मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Utility of A can be 100 and utility of B can be 0. Or utility of A can be 101, utility of B can be 100.99. Or utility of A can be 1, utility of B can be 0. Does not matter. What these numbers are does not matter. मुझे फर्क नहीं है कि ये numbers क्या है. As long as this is intact, that utility from A should be more than B. Right? So basically what we are saying that we are only concerned with preferences. In ordinality, we are only concerned with ranking. Right? We are not concerned with magnitude. Right? Whether this is 100, 0 or 101, 100.99 or 1 or 0 does not matter. Magnitude is used for the purpose of ranking. Magnitude does not hold any importance itself. मैग्नीट्यूड का अपने आप में कोई अहमियत नहीं है, अपने आप में कोई मतलब नहीं है. चाहे वो 100 लिखो, 1 लाख लिखो, 2 लाख लिखो, हम ये नंबर्स को सिर्फ रैंकिंग के लिए यूज करते हैं. तो हमारा अल्टीमेट एम रैंकिंग है. राइट? आवर एम इज रैंकिंग. आवर एम इज नॉट टू गिव नंबर्स. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? So please write down the only property of a utility assignment is how important it is to order the bundles. So only ordering is important, right? The magnitude of utility function is only important insofar as it ranks different bundles, right? The size of the utility difference does not matter. तो size matter नहीं करता कि what is the gap. Are you understanding this? So again, I will take one more example. So for example, there is bundle A, B and C. ठीक है? According to individual 1, he gets utility of 3 from bundle A, 2 from B and 1 from C. So it means कि according to individual 1, A is preferred over B is preferred over C. अब हम आ जाते हैं इंडिविजुअल 2 पे. According to individual 2, the utility is 17, 10 and 0.02. So if I look at the utility, फिर से 17 is more than 10 is more than 0.02. So utility of A for individual 2 is more than B is more than C. Now I am saying that the difference does not matter, right? So whether this is 3 and this is 2, gap इनका 1 का है between the utility, or whether the gap is 7, it does not matter. I am only concerned with ranking of the bundles. मुझे सिर्फ ranking से मतलब है. So for example, if I take another individual 3, right? And utility of individual 3 is -1, -2, -3. Again, -1 is greater than -2 is greater than -3. है ना? Negative में -1 is more, -2 is more than -3. है ना? तो for individual 3 also, utility of A is more than B is more than C. So it does not matter whether I give these numbers or these numbers or these numbers. All three represent the same preferences. तीनों ही जो हमने नंबर्स का सेट लिखा है वो एक ही बात को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, that A is preferred over B is preferred over C, right? So only ranking of bundle matters. सिर्फ रैंकिंग मैटर करती है, right? There is no unique way of assigning utilities. मतलब नंबर कुछ भी दे दो, कोई यूनिक तरीका नहीं है. यू कैन गिव नंबर 100, 50, 10, यू कैन गिव नंबर 3, 2, 1, does not matter, right? So you can give any number. ये 3, 2, 1 की जगह if I multiply with 2 also and I give the number 6, 4 and 2, it does not matter. This 6, 4 and 2 also represent the same preferences. ये भी वही बात दिखा रहे हैं that A is preferred over B is preferred over C. So numbers don't matter, only ranking of the bundle is important, right? That is the concept of ordinal utility. Okay, beta, I'll end the session.